Hello, welcome to my channel 3D Amuser. This video is Zbrush basics video. This is part 3. There are two parts. If you want, go and check it out. The first part discusses about basics of Zbrush user interface and navigating through user interface and basic sculpting tools. And the second part covers how to manipulate alphas and how to access alphas and create your own alphas. This part is mostly about masking. Masking is nothing but it helps you to mask a certain area in your 3D object, and it helps you to sculpt, texture, and let you do whatever you want. And let's get started, guys. So now this is from my last chapter, so there's like virtual noise here, don't worry about it. So I'm just going to delete my sphere. I'm going to create a new one here. So sphere 3D, and make sure it's polymesh 3D, and I'm going to subdivide several times. So now I have this mesh subdivided several times. You can see the subdivision is like in 3. So let's do one more to make it. So masking, what is masking? It's same as Photoshop. It's the same concept, but it helps in Zbrush. It helps you to create and sculpt the texture in Zbrush. So let's say in order to create a mask, you hold on Control. If you hit Control, you could see there is something changed at the top. So you can see by default it will be on mask pen. So what mask pen does? I'm going to tell my alpha so we don't have to worry about it. Control. Okay. So mask pen, what it does, it literally helps you to paint mask. So what this does, so if I have a mask like this, so I mask this area, right? So if I'm going to sculpt something here, if you see, it doesn't let you to sculpt on that area, so it's literally masked. You can also do inverse of it. So if you once you paint a mask, if you hit Control and hit outside of your canvas, it's gonna mask outside. Now I could paint inside. Boom. So if you want to get rid of the mask, hold on Control, click and drag outside. Boom. There you go. It's done. So that is mask pen. You could also use several deformations on masking. So if I say inflate what it does, it's going to inflate my 3D object. So if I inflate it, you can see literally inflating, but the mask is not happening. So I could inverse it, inverse or invert, and I could inflate out or inflate in. So now you can see it's literally doing this magic. So now if I go Control, click outside to clear the mask, and you can go and sculpt on it. There you go. So that's mask pen. This is how you mask in Zbrush. There's also several other options in Zbrush. So I'm going to show some of the masking features in Zbrush. So I painted something on here. So there is a tab here called masking. So if you go here, so it has all these options. Don't worry about this. We're just going to go through this one so we can and I'll go through this is kind of advanced techniques, but I'm going to go through in a separate tutorial for it. So if I inverse, so we know how to inverse it by holding down Control, clicking out outside the canvas, it's going to do that. And you can also clear a mask, and you can also say mask all, it's going to mask everything. So sometimes, so this mask is not that sharp, but if you want to blur the mask, you could click on blurring mask. And if you want to sharpen the mask, you can sharpen it by doing that. So it sharpen the mask based on my 3D object and my subdivisions. So it also, you can also grow a mask by clicking on it. It's growing the mask, but it's a little bit blurry, but you can also shrink a mask by shrinking like that. And you can also create alpha from here. So that creates alpha, but don't worry about that. I'm just going to turn it off. And you can also do mask by adjust by profile, but we're not going to go through this. So these are the options you could do with masking. And so there are several other types of masking we could do in Zbrush. So what I'm going to do, let's start with the default sphere. So let's start from there. I'm going to click OK. So if you hit Control, the mask pen pops up here. So in order to, there's something called mask circle. Let's go over through this. So when you hit mask circle, so what it does, if you hold on Control and if you click and drag it, it's gonna create like a circle mask. So you can literally mask wherever you want, but it depends upon how you create the shape. So if I control, so you could same thing. So now you could go and sculpt it, do whatever you want with your mesh. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sculpt something. So there you go. And oops. Okay, there you go. So now I can smooth it. So now if you see, I'll literally mask some areas through a circle. And you could also, there's something called mask curve. So mask curve is my kind of like my favorite tool in masking, because it helps to create shapes really fast. So if I hit control, it's going to give this curve. So if I click and drag anywhere, you can also snap it by holding down shift, control and shift, or else it'll be free flow if you just hold on control. So if I let it go, it's going to create a mask. If you see, there's a gradient from black to transparent. So if I do this, it's going to mask all this area from there to there. So if I do that, it's going to mask from ear to ear from the gradient. You could also do the same thing, and if you hold on Alt, it's going to remove the mask. So now I create this shape really fast. You could also curve the mask. So if you come here and if you hit Alt, once, it's going to curve your mask. So you could curve it. If you hit Alt again, it's going to curve it. So you could curve across. There you go. So we got like different shapes. So we could do the same thing here. Hold on Alt, hit Alt to curve it, and if you hold on Alt, it's going to remove the mask. There you go. So there's something called if you want sharper edges. So same thing. If you hold on Alt, it's gonna. If you hit Alt twice, it's gonna give a sharp mask. So there you go. So now it gives. So let's try it here. So I'm hitting Alt. There you go. So I got like a different shape now. We could literally make shapes like that. Boom. So there is also something called stroke options. The stroke options are same as in the brush mode. If you want to learn what the stroke mode does, go and check my first part of the tutorial. So I went really depth in the stroke menu. But let's grab a mask curve pen. So I never used this, so I'm just being honest with you guys. I never used it, so I don't know what it does. But I used mask lasso. Mask lasso is like really fast way to create mask. So you can literally it's like a lasso tool in Photoshop. To put it in an easier way, it's like a lasso tool like in Photoshop. So you could create shapes and do whatever you want, and you could go from there. So there you go. So I created a shape just by going to the deformation tab, and I just polished my mesh. So let's go through the mask lasso tool. The mask lasso tool is same like Photoshop, so you can create shapes. You could also do the alt version of it too, and you could do that as well. So see, I'm just playing with like the inflate balloon to create shapes really faster. And see, we created some kind of like a pattern really fast through masking. You could also sculpt it. It will take forever for sure. And there's last thing called mask rectangle. So it's literally like a rectangle. So you can literally create shapes like that. So this will help you to add details, and you can also inverse by holding down Alt. So that's going to do it as well. And then I'm going to inflate it. So there you go, boom. And I polish it. Nice. So, and there's also the same thing called rectangle and circle. So if you hit circle, what are you going to do? It's going to create a circle. And I'm going to mask circle. So mask pen, we went through it. So these are the masking features in Maya. So you can use masking, and we can also use clip brushes. Okay, I'll show you how to use clip brushes with masking. So let's say I'm creating the shape, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to clip brushes. I'm just going to cut it there. So as soon as I do that, you see it cut my 3D object, but it didn't cut the masked area. So that's what masking can be used as well. But I'm going to make a video on clipping brushes soon, so you guys can look for it. Then we can learn these techniques in masking. So now you see we kind of like make a quick cute robot, like really faster, just by doing masking. And to recap, today we learned how to paint a mask, how to invert a mask, how to blur, and how to sharpen through masking menu by going down here. And we also learned how to do different types of masks. There's mask circle and mask curve and mask lasso and mask pen. The only thing to remember using mask curve is you could curve masking by holding down Alt to curve the masking, and if you hit Alt twice, it's going to give a sharper mask. So that's it about masking today in Zbrush, guys. And if you like this tutorial, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And if you have any questions, please write me at 3damuser@gmail.com. And look out for the next tutorial. And thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.